So I got married back in March, and this is my honeymoon trip. The point of me making this vlog in this style was so I didn't have to stress about what to say while actually vacationing. Day one started off with a 16-hour drive all the way west of Denver, Colorado, where we decided to car camp in the trailhead for Grays and Torrey's Peak. We started at 3 a.m. By noon, we had made it to the summit, and we finished coming back down to the trailhead at 3 p.m. After that, we headed up north to Grand Teton, where we stopped briefly 2 hours out. And in the morning, we got up early, entered into the park. We drove around, enjoyed some side pull-offs, and eventually ate lunch next to one of the lakes there in the national park. After that, we headed north to Yellowstone, which was about a 45-minute drive, and we drove around the park, stopping at various locations, taking photos, getting out, hiking, and just enjoying the scenery. The next morning, we got up early, about 4 a.m., drove back into the park, and looked for wildlife. That morning, we saw bison, and we saw an eagle, and we even saw an otter. From Yellowstone, we then left to Salt Lake, where we had a dinner and a nice hotel to shower. The following morning, after Salt Lake City, we drove to the Bonnieville Salt Flats, just west of Salt Lake City, about an hour and a half out. When we stopped there, it was cloudy and rainy, and it made it look like it was snowing, which was honestly a very cool experience, and unlike many other photos I have seen before of the same location. From the Salt Flats, we then made our way south into Nevada to Great Basin National Park. When we got there, we booked a cave tour and walked through the caves for about 90 minutes. In the evening, we enjoyed a short hike to the bristlecone pines trees up in the high altitudes. After Great Basin, we then headed to Zion National Park, where we got up super early in the morning to make our drive to make the Narrows before 11 a.m. We hiked the Narrows, and it was such an enjoyable hike that Lindsay even said that it was her most favorite hike that she's ever done. After camping in Zion, we then went to the Grand Canyon North Rim the next morning, where we had a lodge. We spent a long time there driving around and also eating at the lodge. The room that we stayed in was actually like a cabin that was on the rim, so that was such a really cool experience to get up in the morning and see the sunrise from our bed. From the North Rim, we then proceeded to go back east towards Dallas, where we stopped at Monument Valley. If both of us had to reflect on this trip, Lindsay's most favorite part of the trip was Yellowstone for the wildlife that we got to enjoy in the morning. that we were there. My most favorite part of the trip was Monument Valley, where I snapped some of my most favorite photos I've ever captured. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed these photos and videos that I've shared with you guys, and I hope to make more of this content in the future. So if you enjoyed this video, just go ahead and give me a subscribe and share this around.